Flight Reacts, the man, the myth, and the legend. If you clicked on this video, you probably already know who Flight Reacts is. But if you don't, here is a brief summary of his channel. Or channels, I guess I should say. On July 6th, 2013, Not Your Average Flight would post his first ever video titled NBA 2K13 My Team, Austin Rivers Explosiveness / I'm Back. In this video, Flight talks about how he worked 2 jobs over the summer in order to pay for his recording equipment he would use for his YouTube channel.
So you're just gonna give up? That's what I didn't put you on, Earth. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry I had to pause right there. Austin, why did you have to do it?
Ever since this day, Flight has consistently posted more 2K content along with Madden, basketball, rap songs, and most importantly, reaction videos.
There's to fly there. If we look at the bigger
19 years of fly to the sun? Nah, I'm gonna invent something that's gonna make it 9 minutes.
Flight has reacted to a bunch of different types of videos, including road rage, crime videos, NFL, and most importantly, NBA basketball videos.
Ja, fake pass? Holy shit! Holy shit! Ja, reverse jam! Berzanguez, you're canceled for the rest of the year, buddy. How are you 7'5" and had a weak ass contest?
As you will soon learn, Flight cancels NBA players a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot.
I was canceled for the rest of the 2024 season. Canceled for 2 games.
You are canceled.
You were canceled for 35 games, buddy. AD gotta get canceled for 2 games, bro. Welcome to cancellation, buddy. And you're canceled. Fuck. You are canceled for the rest of the year.
Now you may be asking yourself a couple of questions, such as, why does Flight cancel so many NBA players? And who gets canceled the most? Or how many players has Flight canceled? But the big important question is, does cancellation affect your performance? So I watched every single Flight basketball game from the 2024 to 25 season and recorded every single cancellation and made a graph looking at which players did better or worse under Flight's cancellation. And well, I guess the results speak for itself. But first, let's get some ground rules out of the way. Rule number 1, no plug channels. This means I'll only be reacting to videos posted on the Flight Reacts channel and the Not Your Average Flight channel. Rule number 2, no preseason games. This one's kind of just a personal reason. I just don't think it's right to use preseason games to cancel somebody. Rule number 3, judgment calls. Sometimes Flight says someone may be or might be canceled, so for this I had to make some judgment calls based off body language and just kind of how serious he was when he was making the cancellation. Rule number 4, Flight has to specifically say that the player in question was canceled. This means that Flight can't just run around his room after he disrespects a player and not say they're canceled. That doesn't count. He has to say they're canceled. Rule number 5, the 5-game rule. Most times when Flight is canceling an NBA player, he'll name a specific amount of games for how long that player is going to be canceled. But sometimes this happens.
Number 21, you're canceled. Pack your bags.
Flight didn't give us a specific amount of games, so now what do we do? Well, in this situation, I gave every player that didn't receive a specific amount of games cancellation 5 games. This is just kind of due to the fact that the average amount of games was 5, and I just thought it would be the most convenient. Rule number 6, extensions. If Flight canceled you while you were already canceled, this means your cancellation is extended. If your cancellation extends into next season, that means that I can't get your stats on your performance until your full cancellation is over. Rule number 7, cancellation starts the game after it happens. This one is pretty self-explanatory, but the reason I'm doing this is because, for one, I didn't record what time in the game the player got canceled, and even if I did, it would be damn near impossible for me to cancel someone from a specific time in the game onto another specific time in another game. Rule number 8, the half game rule. If a player got canceled for half a game or that got canceled for the rest of the season during the final game of the season, then unfortunately there's no way we can compare their stats to anyone else who got canceled. and because of this, I didn't bother recording their stats with such little time to measure it. Rule number 9, the game winner rule. I'll go ahead and let Flight explain this one.
I never said this in the hidden rule book in the NBA. If you get canceled, let's say a certain game, you can get uncanceled by getting a game winner.
The 3 players that were uncanceled due to hitting game winners were Amen Thompson,
Alert! Floater! Alert! Amen! Amen! .7! Celtics for the win!
Miles Bridges,
Open! Bottoms! Miles Bridges!
and Josh Giddey.
Got 10-day contract there, 1.6 for the win!
Now that we're finished with the rules, let's go back to those questions we were asking earlier. Why does Flight Reacts cancel so many players? So I calculated the approximately 225 different cancellations, wrote down each reason, and put them on a pie chart. During the 2024-25 season, 82.3% of the time, Flight cancels someone because they got dunked on.
Oh, that pass. Oh, no! No!
10.6% of the time, it's because someone gets their ankles broken. And 2.2% of the time, it's done because somebody airballed.
Oh, hell no, my nigga. Yo, bro. Nigga, if that was me, I'm not gonna just sit up there and let this slide. If this was legitimately me, I'm canceled for 2 months, bro.
The other 5% of cancellations include shots hitting the backboard, getting your shot blocked, and even getting shoved to the ground. Now, who does Flight Reacts cancel the most, you may be asking? Well, it's not Rudy Gobert, and it's not Josh Hart. It's not even Derek White. It's none other than Jonathan Isaac. Now, instead of telling you how many games Isaac was canceled, I'll show you both of the clips he got canceled in and let you decide how many games you think he was canceled.
2025, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shit! Got a Kunko. To the rack! Oh my gosh!
Alright, I'll let you guys pause the video so you can guess how many games Jonathan Isaac got canceled for. Alright, time's up. In the first clip, Jonathan Isaac got canceled for the rest of the season, which makes sense, but this game happened all the way back in November of 2024. So that means that Isaac was canceled for 63 games, which is one of the biggest cancellations ever. In the second clip, Isaac was canceled until spring break, but because he was already canceled for the rest of the year, I decided that he would be canceled for 2.5 months. Because that's how much time it was until a usual spring break. The amount of games that Isaac was canceled for in the second clip was 32, so the amount of games that Isaac was canceled for in total was a whopping 95 games. Damn, that's a lot of games. For reference, Keontae George has the longest cancellation that has actually ended with 57 games, which is nearly half of Isaac's 95 games. As for the third question of how many players have been canceled, the approximate number is 130 for the 24-25 season. But what happens if an entire team gets canceled? Well, in game 1 of the Celtics-Knicks playoff game, this happened.
3 seconds. Lob pass. Brown. Oh my gosh. Do some type of history right now. I never did that. Everybody on that team canceled for 1 game, man.
The Celtics ended up not only losing game 2, but the series, while also having their superstar Jason Tatum getting injured the same series. Was it Flight's fault that all of this happened? Maybe, but you can decide that for yourself. But what if somebody got canceled for the rest of their life? Well, in game 2 of the Knicks Celtics playoff series, Mitchell Robinson did this.
About to say this. Oh, hell fuck nah, man. Yo, bro. Mitchell Robinson, bro. Yo, fam. You're canceled for 2 years with that shit. Robinson, man. Lifetime cancellation until you score 20 points somewhere in the playoffs. Straight up, bro. I'm not being friendly, bro. This is a lifetime. This is absolutely just uncalled for, bro.
Unsurprisingly, Mitchell Robinson has still not dropped 20 points in a playoff game to this day. However, Mitchell Robinson isn't the only player to get a lifetime cancellation by Flight.
Swing past the SGA. Oh no, nigga! How the fuck? You were the first person. Did this, bro? SGA, did he even pump fake?
First half with 14 points.
My nigga, is you serious? You were the first person in basketball history to get broken from a player doing absolutely nothing but a triple threat position in basketball. How the actual, my nigga, you are canceled, bro. You have a lifetime cancellation.
This player in question is Peyton Watson. But this wasn't the first time he was canceled this year. He also got canceled 2 more times, which I guess you could call a super cancellation since he's already gotten a lifetime cancellation. The numbers you see on the screen are the amount of games Watson was canceled along with the points, rebounds, and assists during his cancellation compared to his season stats, and when adding those totals up, you get the final score. The image I'm showing now is a graph where the x-axis shows how many games a player was canceled and the y-axis shows the combined amount of points, rebounds, and assists during cancellation compared to the season stats, or in simpler terms, the y-axis measures the overall performance while being canceled. However, before I get into the overall stats in some of these players, I want to get one more rule out of the way. The playoffs matter more rule. Because the NBA stats page for whatever reason won't let me combine the regular season and the postseason, I added up the stats of the players from both, which will make it skewed towards playoff games mattering more. So, thanks NBA.com. Also, they differentiated NBA play-in games from other games too, which honestly sometimes I didn't include it if it was just a couple of games over a long cancellation. Or I'll just put like asterisks on the Google Docs of the players that were canceled during the play-in. I don't know, something like that. Alright, let's get into the actual chart now. Something interesting about the image is if you turn it around, it actually kind of looks like the Eiffel Tower. But something you may also notice is at the top left of the graph, there is a big clump of players. These players were only canceled for 2 to 3 games, but in those 2 to 3 games, while canceled, they played way better than normal. These players are Austin Reeves, Rudy Gobert, Nikola Jokic, and Ryan Dunn. 4 of the most random ass NBA players of all time. But what happens if you drop a 000 across the board during the one game you were canceled? Well, this happened to 3 players, Guy Santos, Quentin Post, and Jeff Green. All of these players were canceled for one game, and most of these players were casual bench players, excluding Post, who was canceled when he had more of a role on the bench than he did at the latter end of the season. These stats probably just mean that the bench players came in for like 5 minutes, didn't do anything, and it showed up in the scorebook. Is this completely fair? Well, I mean, Fleck did say they were all canceled for one game, so I don't know. That's kind of up to you though. But what about players that Fleck doesn't like Rudy Gobert and Derek White?
Rudy Gobert, bro. Rudy Gobert, bro. What the fuck does he do in the NBA, bro? Is he a towel boy? Like, is he famous for like, what is he doing?
And Reggie was lobbying hard for this guy last week.
Miles Turner?
No, it was Derek White of the Boston Celtics.
Yo, bro. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Whoever voted the enough amount of votes, bro, to not make sure Derek White was, bro, let me tell y'all this right now. Derek White would have made the All-Star team, bro. I would have been done watching the NBA into the playoffs. I promise you not. Because at this point, you might as well draft me, my nigga.
Both of these players ended up playing worse in the games they were canceled. But there was one player that Flight didn't like that actually played better while canceled. Do you see the dot I'm zooming in on right now? It's clearly a player that played really well while canceled, while also being canceled for a lot of games. Well, this player is none other than Josh Hart. While the stats for Hart don't really look that impressive, it is worth noting that he did this over a 25-game stretch, which is pretty impressive. Does this mean that Hart watched Flight's videos and decided to play well over that period of time? Well, again, you can decide that for yourself. But what happens when Flight cancels a player he really likes? Like, let's say, Victor Wembanyama. Well, this happens.
Left.
Hunter!
No. Okay, I'm just gonna take a quick breather in your nose, out your mouth. Okay. Wet bananas. You're getting dunked on by an LA Fitness 24-hour player, bro. This dude's not going to be in the league by spring break. Wet bananas. Wemby, come on, man.
DeAndre Hunter.
Bro. Oh, I can't defend this shit. Wemby, unfortunately canceled for 15 games, bro. I gotta be fair. This is absolutely brutal. Like, this is secondhand embarrassment. Like, you can hear it in my voice, bro. I really don't want to do this, man. 15 games, bro. You would have gotten uncanceled if you would have went up to the dude's face. You almost did, though. You know what? Just because you did stand on your ground. Wemby heard the whistle. Wemby heard the whistle, and he was being smart on the business move. So instead of 15 games, 7 games. 7 games. 7 games. Because you were just low-key going to press him back. If this was the early 2000s and anything before, Wemby would have been able to just at least get in his face and press him like, hey, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wemby was attempting to stand on business, but because of the ref. Look at this ref right here, bro. This dude was almost about to storm the court. Wemby made a business decision. So 7 games instead of 15, but this isn't a good look, Wemby.
Surprisingly enough, Wembanyama didn't just play well during those 7 canceled games, but he was somehow able to average 30 points a game during that time. However, some players play worse than others when they are canceled. A good example of this is this dot right here. This dot that I am showing you is none other than playoff Michael Porter Jr. You may have forgotten over the offseason how truly bad Michael Porter Jr. was over these past playoffs, but man oh man, was he really bad when it mattered most for the Nuggets. You could argue this playoff performance is what got him traded to the Nets, which then begs the question, did Flight canceling someone actually lead to another player getting traded? Again, to reiterate, that is up for you to decide. But what happens when an NBA player gets canceled not once,
PJ running, good pass. Justin Jefferson, you were canceled for 5 games, buddy. Oh man, how? You're tallest dude in the state of Dallas, dog. How?
not twice.
We got a up and away. Oh my fucking goodness, Justin Jefferson. You can't avoid getting canceled today. Shit. What day is it today? Tuesday. It is not your day, boy. Yo, Justin Jefferson. You were the first dude, I think. Oh man. Justin, Jefferson, dog. You were literally getting canceled 2 times in 1 game. Your cancellation went from 5 games, now it's 15 games, bro. Bro, you cannot just always worry about shooting threes, dude. You need to defend. You're the tallest dude on the court.
But 3 times in 1 game.
Bro, yo. I'm gonna let that one slide. I'll be wrong to cancel Justin Jefferson 3 times in a video. Huh? Jefferson, you thought you was saved, buddy? Now, I would have gave that the job, but Jefferson, you jumped in at the last second, bro. You got canceled 3 different times in 1 video. This is an actual iconic record right now, dog. Instead of 15 games, now it's 25. No, I'm gonna give you 20. Since it was like half a posterization, you know what I'm saying?
Jaren Jackson Jr. was actually able to play pretty well in the 20 games he was canceled. But finally, the question you have all been wondering. Does canceling an NBA player actually have a negative impact on them? And the answer is yes. As you can see here, the blue shows the players that played worse, and the red shows the players that played better while being canceled by Flight. However, the surprising part of all of this is that 83.9% of the time in the playoffs, if Flight canceled you, you ended up playing worse, which is a crazy stat. But what do you guys think? Did Flight actually make these players bad, or was this all just a coincidence? Like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below.